Getting into a UK uni for me was easy because I didn't have to sit any exams apart from IELTS so I can prove my level of English. I applied with my high school diploma, which was enough to get me into the uni I wanted. If I were a UK citizen, I would have to sit A-levels, and that sounds like a complete nightmare.
I feel no man, but that thing, it scares me.
But if you're a foreigner coming from abroad, chances are you don't have to sit any exam of that sort. Now, if I were applying to a uni back home, then I would have to sit exams for the specific uni I was applying to. Been there, done that, don't want to do it ever again. So when you're applying to the UK, just make sure you do your research properly. And the big takeaway from this video for you should be to apply to Russell Group universities. That's something I wish I knew when I was applying, and it came back to bite me at the end. When I was applying, no one told me about that, and I learned what Russell Group meant in my 3rd year of uni. Don't make my mistakes. I remember sitting down on, let's say, orientation day and being passed this piece of paper that had a question, what grade are you aiming for? And it had first, 2-1, 2-2, pass. And I was looking at a piece of paper and I had no idea what any of those things meant. I don't even remember what I answered. I also remember receiving my first marked essay and looking at it and seeing a score of 60 something and thinking, was it really that bad? Briefly, for the unenlightened into the mystery of the UK grading system, 60 to 68 is a B, 70, 78, A, and anything above 80, God tier. And this is very important because your grades matter a lot. Back home, when you graduate from uni and you start applying for jobs, no one cares what grades you got. As long as you passed your degree and you have your diploma, no one cares. Here, it's different. For most jobs, like graduate jobs and whatever, you need to have at least a 2-1. And if you're applying for law, when you're submitting your training contract and vacation scheme applications, you have to list all of the grades you got from year 1 to your last year of uni. So grades matter. And be careful. You get lectures and seminars. If you're doing science or artsy stuff, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you do. Let's just keep it moving. 1 lecture and 1 seminar per module each week. And it's all well and good until you realize that you're pretty much getting the bare minimum for the extortionate amount of money they charge you in tuition fees. And they actually expect you to learn pretty much everything by yourself. They're just there to kind of like give you some extra bits of explanations if you need them. And on top of that, there are a lot of strikes, which, fair enough, I am fully supporting the uni staff and I do believe they should be getting paid more, but that really does take out from the quality of the education you're getting. Now, you get a lot of knowledge from your degree, but not a lot of practical skills. And you definitely rarely get chances to apply the knowledge you've got into like more practical stuff. So this explains why nearly half of the UK students feel unprepared to go into the workforce. I'm being very positive, aren't I?
You're not living up to the legend.
In short, if you are someone who needs a strict structure, regular grading, and more student-teacher contact, UK unis are not for you. Maybe try Oxbridge. However, if you thrive when you're left to manage your time and priorities and workload by yourself, then you do perfectly fine at a UK uni. If you are an international student, the uni pretty much guarantees you a uni accommodation in your first year, which, although stupidly expensive, is usually very convenient. You will share a flat or a house with a different number of people depending on the accommodation you're assigned to. So that could be ranging from 4 or 12.
Good luck.
Be prepared for extremely dirty kitchens, constant very loud music, and the smell of weed that has pretty much become a part of the ventilation system at this point. I feel like that's the experience at pretty much every uni you go to, even outside of the UK. I sure hope it's not, but it kind of feels like it is. It wasn't in Japan though, just putting that out there. Anyway, most importantly, make it a priority to find 3 or 4 okay people in your first 3 or 4 months at uni. Because you're gonna have to start looking for a house for your second year very quickly, and the competition is deadly. You have to be fast. Drunk students everywhere. Now, that doesn't mean you have to partake in the typical alcohol-induced uni experience. I didn't. I was very successful at avoiding it. So as long as you set boundaries, you should be fine. I don't drink alcohol, and I was very firm about refusing any type of drink-related outings and just drinking alcohol in general. And I had an amazing uni experience, so don't let that frighten and intimidate you. And there are 2 things I absolutely love about campus life. First is the library and all of the group study sessions, which didn't involve a lot of studying, but that is not the point. And second are the societies. At most UK unis, you can find societies dedicated to pretty much everything. And if it doesn't exist, you can make it. Honestly, one of the best things about uni life here is the societies. First, they offer a really fast way to make friends, and second, you can experiment with all sorts of different sports and activities and interests and whatever. And bonus points, being a committee member looks great on your CV. And here's another thing about uni life here. You have to start thinking about employment from year 1. From year 1. And take this from someone who started thinking about employment from year 3. That is your last year of uni. And I regret it so much. Same. This is me. This is me in my last year of uni realizing that I have to start thinking about employment and just failing miserably. Don't make my mistakes. And there you have it. A quick run through what studying in the UK is like. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any questions about what living and studying in the UK, Japan or Bulgaria is like, please just leave them in the comments and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Don't make too much fun of me because of my Pikachu. I can't clip the mic to my hoodie because my hair gets in it and then the sound becomes absolutely horrible.